Today we're talking about Croatia. Beautiful country on the Adriatic Sea. Borders with Montenegro, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Hungary, and Slovenia. So quite busy. World to the biggest truffle in the world. And it also has the most intangible goods, UNESCO intangible goods, in Europe. Croatia also has the richest collection of remains of Neanderthal people in the world. Obviously you have Dubrovnik. Everybody knows Dubrovnik thanks to Game of Thrones. First time I went to Dubrovnik was in 2016. I was starting with a new company. I was just embarking with them for the first time, and it was my first time in Croatia. Flew to Zagreb from Cape Town, and then from there flew to Dubrovnik on the tiniest little plane with little propellers and everything. I hate planes, and this was not a great experience for me, but my gosh, the views you have when you get to Dubrovnik are seriously worth it. The city of Dubrovnik itself is one of my favorite old towns to walk in. I say it to everyone, and I'm not sure why, but to me Dubrovnik's walls, the wall around the fortification, are the cleanest walls I've ever seen. I don't know if it's one of the reasons, but the city looks so clean, so pristine. What I really love about Dubrovnik is being able to walk through the old town with all its history and being able to see the architecture and the way it was so well taken care of, but also being able to just sit at the restaurant looking at the beautiful view of the sea, because with the blue water you do not get everywhere in the Med, and having some of the most amazing food ever. I think one of the reasons why I remember Croatia so much is because of the food. I'm big on food. But when I got there and started eating, the taste that they had was so unique, and also the way they cooked it and the history behind all of it was so great. I mean, just made me want to learn more. They've got some cold meats from Istria that you just won't be able to match anywhere else. The way they cook their pork, the way they do so many things. Croatia's got such amazing places to visit. You've got Plivice Lakes National Park. I mean, 16 pristine looking lakes falling one into the other. You've got some amazing town as well, which attract more than 20,000 people per day in season, in some of the smallest towns like Hvar town. Another great example of the 13th century Gothic architecture. I mean, it's everywhere. Croatia has got so much history, and you can see all of it in the architecture, the old, the new, the way everything was integrated. You also have some islands that are national parks, such as Miljet. Split it was always easy to get off the ship and to just go walk. I mean, you walk in 10 minutes, you are there. From there you can go visit Diocletian's palace, you can walk around the old town. You really get that feeling of the new being incorporated in the old. That's what I love about Split. I'm still going to do the cruise that goes from Dubrovnik to Split and ends up by Ultra. Saving on that one for one day. Come on, COVID. Stop. From Split, we went to Krka National Park. It's 73 kilometers of rivers and waterfalls and peace and beauty. Really, Krka National Park is definitely something to see. You're going to go see Krka, and you're going to see Plivice also if you are in Croatia. Those are the two national parks that you do not miss. Working on the ship during Croatia season, you are also going to go to Zadar. So we visited there quite a few times. But to me, Zadar's weird. It's got the old town on one side and then the new on the other. There's no link in between the two. There's no life in one or the other. I don't know, it was just weird. The only thing that I found really cool about it was they've got that sea organ, which... Guys, it's fine for the first hour that you're doing dispatch and you're thinking to yourself, oh, that is so cool, the sea's talking to me, but then after 1 hour it becomes really old. And they've got also the sun salutation, because that's cool. We never really got to see it because we never got to stay at night in Zadar, so I'm not sure how it actually looks, seen pictures of it. but it was always right next to the ship. So as we would stand there, you would be able to see those two main attractions that bring people to this little town. The sun salutation is a bunch of glass and solar panels, I think, so that it can reflect the sunlight in the night or something like this. Anyway, it's using music and the ocean and the light to be able to talk to nature. That's basically what all of these were built for. Every time we went to Dubrovnik, there was always some kind of shooting happening. I mean, the first time I was there, they were filming Game of Thrones. The second time they had Robin Hood. Yeah, they were busy building the set of Robin Hood, and I was really excited. I thought it was going to be Leonardo DiCaprio. Turned out no. But yeah, so it's always very busy there. Very busy. What I like is when there's more than one ship in Dubrovnik, you will see the guests fight each other to get back on the bus. Like, they will literally fight each other about who the bus belongs to, like whose company the bus belongs to. It's just, if you want a good show, that's where you go stand, by the shuttle bus stop in Dubrovnik. The only time I went to Croatia on holiday was in Rijeka. I loved it. I went and visit one of my best friends. She had a beautiful flat there overlooking the ocean. Spent 2 weeks with them. We went to the beach. We had amazing food. We went to local restaurant, tried all dishes there to offer from the area. I mean, the black risotto and the octopus risotto. I mean, come on, so good. Those mussels. Wow. I think I miss traveling because I miss eating food that is different, I think, mostly right now. Rijeka is right next to a whole area that looks like a bit like Monaco. Patania, I can't really remember right now. Having a bit of a blank. And I'm not going to stop, my hands are too dirty. But I was so shocked to see that. You go there and it is exactly the same feel than Monaco. The buildings look the same, the same rich feel about it. The cars are a little different. The shops are a little bit more upscale. So that was also weird for me to see in Croatia. You know, when you always talk about it, you expect something different because of all the wars that they had there, because all Yugoslavia thing happening not so long ago. You don't realize what the country actually is like until you go there. So for me to see something like this was just weird because it wasn't something I was expecting to find. One of the main reasons I'm just blabbing on about Croatia right now is actually because I felt like Cevapi so much. So like practically all of us around the world been stuck at home with this whole COVID. I am just glad that I can at least get to cook the food from somewhere that I really miss, to feel that I'm there a little bit in some way. Cevapi will be eaten everywhere in the Balkan area. You will find it in Serbia, in Bosnia, Croatia, Slovenia, everywhere. I mean, it is a staple. You'll find it in all restaurants. I will not say that they are always good, because they are not. We used to run to the little restaurant right across from the dock in Dubrovnik, and that was our stable Cevapi. Like, if you were in Dubrovnik, you ran out quickly and you had a Cevapi at the restaurant right across. But I have eaten some pretty bad ones too. The best Cevapi I had so far was in Šibenik. I mean, I walked into this little restaurant with a friend, a co-worker, and there was only one little lady and her husband, I think, working in there, and they got us the best food. And it wasn't just because we were deprived of food on board, because we weren't. We had been in dry dock, so pretty much eating out every night. It was good. But this was the best Cevapi ever. To this day, I've not had a better one. Croatia does have some amazing food. You should really try it all if you are there. You've got the wines from the Dalmatian coast. You have the cold meats from Istria. I mean, so much good food, so much to try. A lot of truffles. It is home to the world's biggest truffle. It really is. And you will see truffle everywhere. Very proud of it. I mean, when we were at the airport to go home, I don't remember ever seeing that much truffle variation into anything. Truffle oil, truffle chocolate, truffle this, truffle that. I mean, so much truffles. Truffles for sale at the airport. Come on. Cevapi is a mix of beef and pork. You'll add some paprika, some garlic, and just some salt. Make it very simple to sausages. And then from there you can make it in the oven or put it on the stove. I normally just make mine in the oven. It's easier. I don't know how it is the rest of the world, but in South Africa I find that pork meat is really hard to find mince. So if you can't find it, don't worry, just buy pork neck and stick it in your blender, mixer, food processor, whatever you have. Cevapis will be served with Ajvar. This is peppers with aubergines and some garlic, everything roasted, and then you blend it together. I'm not a huge fan of peppers, but this recipe without it just doesn't taste the same. What I do is I replace those red peppers for sweeter ones, for the smaller ones, and then I add a little bit more aubergines than they would. So I make it the other way around. Tastes just as good. This cevapi will be served with a Lepinja bread that I just made and cooked, and it tastes amazing and they feel amazing. What I'm doing now is I'm making sure that it stays soft. I'm just putting 2 cloths with a plastic bag in the middle. In the cevapi you have the little sausages, you have the bread, the Ajvar, and the sour cream and onions. I've got it all. I'm going to assemble it now. What we're going to do is we're just going to put the bread and then some onion. I'm so excited to try this recipe, honestly. I've been wanting to eat cevapi for a month now. There you have it. Lepinja bread with the cevapi and the Ajvar with a little bit of the onion. What I normally do is I just cut a little piece of bread like this and then open it up. In there on one side I put some of the Ajvar and on the other the sour cream. And just a little bit of onion as well, because onions make everything taste better. And then I'm going to stick a little cevapi in there and give it a try. This Ajvar is delicious. I will put the link on the recipe. I hope you enjoy it and that you get to see Croatia one day when all of this is over and you get to experience all of its amazing beauties. In the meantime, I hope you have a nutritious day and that you make healthy choices. Bye!